Welcome to the first video game series. I thought I'd make a video about every consoles, the Nintendo consoles, PlayStation consoles, Xbox, if I get into that. And I really love video games. Always done since I was a kid. I wanted to do video games from I was a kid till I grew up. So the first video is gonna be about the NES consoles. My top 10 favorite NES games. So I scribbled down some stuff as always. The Nintendo Entertainment System NES is a 8-bit third generation home video game console produced, released and marketed by Nintendo. The NES console is a remodeled export version of the company's family computer platform in Japan, commonly known as the Famicom, which launched on July 15th, 1983. More stuff. So the North American European NES version looks different than the original Japanese version. The console looks different. The game cassettes and the controller, although the controller has the same amount of buttons, but it's the same system. Some games, same games. On the NES version, you put in the cassettes from the sides and close with a hatch. On the Famicom, original Famicom version, you put the cassettes from the top and push it in, and the cassette is showing. Okay, so let's get then down to the rankings. 10 Super Mario Brothers 1985. Legendary game. Developed by Nintendo EAD. Shigeru Miyamoto, who created Super Mario and Donkey Kong and Zelda, you know. This was probably the first game that was not a single screen. You move from left to right from one side. It's a platformer game, by the way. You move from the left side to the right, but you couldn't go back. So, and the screen would move back. So, but it's one of the most influential, most important games of all time, and definitely in my top 10. 9 Tiny Toon Adventures 1991, the first Tiny Toon Adventure related video game from the cartoon series, developed by Konami, one of my favorites. It's a platformer, maybe not a huge hit, but I have a personal story about that. I'm not gonna tell, but it's very interesting game. Sometimes quite complex, very good game. 8 Tailspin 1991, based on the Disney television series with the same name, developed by Capcom, and Capcom do a lot of stuff with Disney, and Disney develops stuff from shows and movies and stuff. It's a scrolling shooter game. It's maybe not that popular, but I always loved this since I was a kid. Highly regarded that game. Really liked it. 7 Mike Tyson's Punch Out, or simply Punch Out, 1987. It's a port from Punch Out and Super Punch Out, the arcade games from the earlier 80s. But there's differences, and they did a Super Punch Out for the SNES, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, later. it's a boxing sports fighting game, very comedic, and try to beat Mike Tyson, the last boss. You know, the real boxer Mike Tyson. That I never beat him, never in Punch Out. Great game. 6 Contra 1988. A run and gun game developed by Konami. Originally released as a coin-operated arcade game in 1987. The NES, then later to NES and others. This was released to NES in 1988. Konami is one of my favorite game developers, so this is one of the only who has the Konami code. Up, down, left, right, B, A, start. The most legendary cheat in video game history as Konami, the Konami code as they started. Yeah, this is a run and gun game. Very good game. I have never played the arcade version, but the NES version is very good. I like the Contra 3D Alien Wars for the SNES better than this one, but this is a phenomenal game. Phenomenal run and gun game. One of the best, as it's known for. 5 Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 1990, based on the animated Disney series of the same name, developed by Capcom, who do a lot of stuff by Disney. This is a platformer, very good platformer, great music, great chiptune music, as all the NES games have, most of them. So yeah, Capcom is also one of my dear favorite game developers of all time. Hard to argue with them and what they did later with Street Fighter 2 and all the Street Fighter games. basically created the fighting genre, real fighting genre in video games. Very fun game. Chip and Dale. For The Legend of Zelda 1986, Shigeru Miyamoto, who created Super Mario, Donkey Kong, all the stuff. We go in Super Mario 3 because I forgot what I was gonna say about Super Mario Bros. Originally released in Japan as a launch game for the Family Computer Disk System, and basically an extended version, sort of better than the Famicom. Developed by Nintendo EAD. You play as Link. It's some sort of action adventure game, sort of RPG-ish. You see from the top. Don't remember what it's called, but great game. A lot of puzzles, hidden stuff. One of my dear favorite NES games, known as one of the best also. 3 DuckTales 1989, based on the animated Disney TV series of the same name. Developed by Capcom Disney. Yes, it's a platformer, sort of action platformer. Yeah, this is a phenomenal game. Absolutely amazing game. It's great platformer. Action platform is a platformer, really. Great game. Good music. Amazing game. Known also one of the best NES games. So 2 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game 1990, based on the animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV series. this was from an arcade game. Konami also made and released NES port, and they did another version earlier, NES game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Good game, but not as good as this. This is a great side-scrolling beat 'em up game. One of my favorites beat 'em up games of all time. Really love this game. 1. Super Mario Brothers 3, 1988. IGN, as I highly respect ranking games and everything, put this as the best NES game of all time. And at one point, the greatest video game of all time. No problem at all if this is the greatest game of all time. Developed by Nintendo EID. It's a platform game, absolutely amazing. This was a groundbreaking game as the first Super Mario Brothers game. Groundbreaking. How you could travel between landscapes and everything, and in every way you think of a groundbreaking game. So, and as the first Super Mario Brothers, you can go back and forth in the screen, and you go back to yeah, this is a game as the Legend of Zelda, but I like Link to the Past better from the SNES console. This Super Mario Brothers 3, 1988, a little story also why it's so personal for me. Let's just say I don't have a great contact with my father. He was an alcoholic, stopped drinking and everything. So I was like 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, and that was the game I wanted. As I love video games, my favorite thing in the whole world at the time, and he came and had Super Mario Brothers 3. Okay. Super Mario Brothers 3, 1988. Shigeru Miyamoto behind that, the greatest game developer of all time, probably. My favorite NES game. So next time I'm gonna do the ranking on my favorite top 10 favorite SNES, Super Nintendo Entertainment System games. Groundbreaking console, the first real big console, the NES Famicom. World changing in video games. Although the SNES, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, I like better. So see you next time, later today or tomorrow. We're gonna rank the top 10, my top 10 favorite SNES games. Okay, bye.